next may take your breath away. A terrifying home invasion.
Two sisters are under attack inside their house by a violent intruder.
911, what is the address?
Help us, please.
Guys, this is disturbing and frankly pretty scary.
The sisters called 911 4 times. And what happened?
No help was sent.
They absolutely could have lost their lives.
Ma'am, I can't understand you when you're yelling.
Are you kidding me?
When you hear those phone calls,
What do you want? Hello?
it blows your mind to think that an officer wouldn't be called.
It literally put my life in danger.
There is someone outside of my apartment screaming like bloody murder.
Bree Leslie experienced most people's worst nightmare. It started in her own bedroom at midnight,
I heard someone say, "Hey girl, I'm coming in."
inches away from certain death when this ex-con breaks into their house.
He had the knife right here and he whispered and said, "I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you."
But this one crucial thing saved her life.
There was nothing I could do. I wish he would have just killed me. And he said, "I'm going to get your little sister." And he turned back at me and laughed.
How did you survive that tragic night?
I thought I heard something outside of my window, but I wasn't really sure. And just a few minutes later, I heard someone say, "Hey girl, I'm coming in." And it was then my window opened all the way and a man came in my window. He shoved me up against my bedroom door, put his hand over my mouth and started punching me in the stomach.
I heard Brianne upstairs screaming, and it was the most terrifying thing you've ever heard.
We were fighting in my bedroom and I was trying just to yell, "Call 911, call 911," because I did not want Kaylee to come upstairs.
I grabbed my cell phone and I flew out of bed and ran up the stairs.
Kaylee, she was on his back, trying to claw his eyes out, biting, kicking, screaming. And then he started hitting Kaylee. He lifts up his left leg, kicks Kaylee in the chest.
I remember just a lot of force to my chest, and I don't think I touched a single stair. I just flew down the stairs into the wall.
He picked me up like a little rag doll and threw me right in front of the doorway, leading down to the basement. And I turned my hand and I saw it perfectly. This dirty hunting knife. And I said, "Kaylee, he has a knife. You need to go and get more help." And Kaylee just said, "I'm not leaving you, I'm not leaving you." And I said, "No, Kaylee, you have to leave us, we need more help." I knew that he was going to kill me and I didn't want my little sister to watch me be murdered. As soon as she was at the top of the stairs, she turned the kitchen light on, and I remember looking at her legs thinking, I'm never going to see my little sister again. Then he picks me up, he has his knife at my throat, my feet are dangling, he's a lot taller than I am, and I gave up. I was so tired, I couldn't do it anymore. Something inside of me just said, fight, keep fighting.
I ran outside screaming at the top of my lungs. I saw people coming out of their homes and I was explaining to them what was happening, and that's when I saw a man walk up from the south side of our home, and as he got closer I realized he was an officer. I led him into our house.
The attacker had me in like a wrestling hold and he had the knife up against my throat. And I just remember feeling his lips on my ear and he was whispering, "I'm going to kill you." I saw 2 black shoes coming down my stairs. And then I heard Salt Lake City Police drop the knife. Drop the knife. The attacker extended his arm and told the officer to step back because he was going to stick me. And that's when the officer took a shot. I ran up the stairs and all I wanted to see was Kaylee. I look towards my room, she's not there. I look in the kitchen, she's not there. I turn my head to the right, and then I see her bending down in shock because she's seeing me for the first time. And she just says, "Bree." And we were safe. We were okay. I thought my fight was over, but that's when I learned that my fight actually started.
A terrifying home invasion.
An urgent 911 call for help that never arrived.
This is disturbing and frankly pretty scary.
The sisters called 911 4 times, screaming out their address.
911, what is the address of the emergency?
850 South Commander Street! 850 South Commander Street!
Ma'am, I can't understand you when you're yelling.
And what happened?
No help was sent.
By some miracle, an off-duty police officer on his way home from work in Salt Lake City heard their screams and came to the rescue. Bree was taken to the hospital with multiple stab wounds.
You look like you're healing well. It's been, what, a little over a month since this happened? Yeah. So the extent of your injuries physically and then emotionally, because I can see emotionally you guys are on a journey.
First thing, I remember talking to a detective after it happened, and he came in and was like, there is no reason you should be alive. People don't survive this. If only all girls would fight like you girls. I went home that day. I thought I was gonna go back to work on Monday. I couldn't work for 6 months. I couldn't even function.
For a long time, I felt so guilty when he came through my bedroom window. I didn't feel strong. I felt survivor guilt, victim guilt.
Why did I get a second chance? So many don't.
After the attack, I was scared to sleep by myself. I was scared to be alone. I was scared to go anywhere or do anything. What if someone comes up to me? How am I going to protect myself?
Everyone's asking, how are your stab wounds? How are you healing? My physical wounds are okay, but my emotional and mental wounds are whacked. I need help right now. I'm not gonna make it. For almost a year, I couldn't sleep in a bedroom. We had a mattress downstairs in the family room, and my sweet brother would sleep on the couch next to me every night, or my dad would sleep on the couch next to me. There still are times that I wish he would have just killed me. There are times where I'm I would rather fight a 6'2" bald ex-con for as long as I did, be stabbed again, than deal with the depression and not being able to leave my bedroom. Walking somewhere and just knowing someone's gonna kill me and feeling like I'm gonna have a heart attack. I was so tired, and I was just so sick of not being the independent, happy, go-getter Bree. I was in my room, and it was 1 o'clock. I was still in bed. I was still sad. And I just had that thought. He is dead. He literally can't hurt me. The only person hurting me now is me. I just remember I put my running shoes on, and I went on my very first run that day. And it was the most empowering, the strongest I've ever felt was that day.
I finally figured out the problem isn't the girls who aren't fighting. The problem is men coming into windows. Everything that ever happens to a victim is always the fault of the abuser. There is no victim at blame for not fighting back, for freezing. Nothing is their fault. And that was huge for me because it allowed me more space to heal.
I'm actually very grateful for my experience because it's given me the ability to be more empathetic towards mental illness and just emotional trauma. But you're still gonna go back there, and it's okay. Sucky days are okay. Have that day. Feel those feelings. But don't stay there. Have a sad day, and then the next day, make yourself open your blinds. Make your bed. If that's all you're doing, you made the fight that day.